Hey, what's up, guys? So, today what we're going to be doing is a little video about how you should spend your money on your sim rig. What we're going to do is we're going to take you through four different price points. So we're going to look at £600, £1,200, £3,000, and finally £6,000. Now, you don't have to spend those exact numbers, but what I've done is given you like a little price guide for what I would spend or where I'd put my money into what products and what I can recommend based off of my experience, what I've used and what I think you guys should use on your rig. For entertainment purposes, you can see my beautiful mug in the bottom corner. So as you can see, we've got a little pricing guide here. Every rig is going to cover the rig itself, the wheelbase, the wheel, the pedals, screens, and any extras you might need, like monitor mounts or maybe mounts for the seat to the cockpit. So starting off with £600, we'll look at the rigs. The best option I can find for the price point, this eBay Hotobby Racing Simulator cockpit. Now, GT Omega make a very similar rig to this, probably just a little bit more expensive, but this comes with the chair, a place to mount your pedals, and a place obviously to mount your wheelbase. Now this is a steel frame, it's thick tubing as well, so it's going to be able to hold your weight and hold your peripherals and keep everything relatively sturdy. So what I suggest going for is the latest bundle from Camus. It's the Camus C5. It comes with the wheel, comes with the pedals, and also comes with the clamp so you can mount it onto a desk as well if you weren't going to go for the rig. Now, this is amazing value. If this was available when I got into sim racing, I definitely would have gone for this. The Logitech G29 was probably the previous comparable wheelbase. That's 2 and a bit Newton meters of torque. This is 5 Newton meters of torque, and it's not belt driven. It's from a direct drive, so you're going to feel a lot more detail, and it's going to be a lot quicker to respond. For £329, it's basically a steal. Now, in terms of screens and extras, I haven't gone for any extras. You can maybe whack in a handbrake or something if you wanted to for drifting. But screens, I just recommend using the screen you've already got at home, either the monitor or TV, because you're not 100% sure you're going to love sim racing. There's no point if once you've spent this amount of money, I wouldn't spend too much more on anything else. Going on to £1,200, what we've gone for is the same exact rig. I'm recommending for the rig the R9 bundle. Now, I've had the Moser R9 myself, another direct drive rig, direct drive wheelbase, comes with a fantastic wheel. You get the LED strip, you get much nicer LED buttons, and you get a proper size wheel with carbon fiber magnetic shifters. They're forged carbon, they look amazing. And yeah, you're going to absolutely love the quality, the step up in feedback quality, and also in power. This is what I'd go for if you've got £1,200 because you spend, I think it's about, yeah, 650 quid. With the remaining budget, I recommend going for a set of load cell pedals. Now, the pedals I've recommended are the CSL Elite pedals, the CSL Elite V2. Now, you can get these in the £600 budget if you're willing to spend a little bit more. But at the £1,200 budget, I've got you a fantastic set of pedals for 299, the wheelbase and wheel for 650, and then that Hotobby rig for £240, which takes your spending up to just shy of £1,200. Which is not bad. It's quite a lot of money for a rig, but that's going to be really good. You're going to be very competitive with that. Loads of pedals, good force direct drive wheelbase. And yeah, the next thing to focus on really is maybe upgrading the rig and getting a set of screens. So for the £3,000 budget, the first thing I'm going to show you is this deal. This is a bundle that's going to get you the Simagic Alpha, which is a 15 Newton meter base, along with the Simagic GT Neo, which is a fantastic wheel. In fact, it's so good. I've got one here. You can't see it, it's out of frame, but it's what I use. It's SimHub compatible. It has 80 LED RGBs, which are all configurable. And then finally, that PSR3 rig, which is a full aluminium profile rig, going to be super sturdy, proper pedal deck, and a proper base for your bucket seat. That's the one. Now that means you are going to be shy of the bucket seat. So what you can then do for it, so this bundle says 909 plus VAT, that's about £1,200. What you're going to be able to do is go for the upshift bucket seat, and that comes with some side mounts, so you can get that mounted to the cockpit, and also the slider, so you can move that seat backwards and forwards, so you can let other people try out the rig when you're not always on it. And if you don't like that bucket seat, you've also got these Cobra seats as well, which you can spec your color and your size. And yeah, another good deal. So that's £269, or the other one that comes with the mounts is £250, and that's with the VAT. Now, finally, you can add in this beast. So because we couldn't afford triples before, and it requires 3 different cables, a really beefy PC, I wouldn't go for triples at this price point. I'd go for the super ultra wide, which is effectively 2 screens next to each other, which gives you, is what I've got here, a really wide field of view, not fully immersive like the triple screens, but at the same time, it's great for a budget. It's £999, which isn't cheap, but you can pick them up used on Facebook. I did the same, pick mine up for £600, I think. And they're going to hold their value, so you can sell it whenever and you get your money back, basically. We also upgraded at the £3,000 budget the pedals. So instead of the CSL Elite Pedals V2, which are a free pedal set, you go for the SimGrade VX Pros. Now these are a 2 pedal set. You can upgrade to the 3 pedals, but then that's going to make it a little bit more expensive. But these are some really professional load cell pedals. So if I show you them here, this is them. They are 380 without tax, or 460 with tax. If you haven't seen Dan Suzuki's video about them, these are top grade pedals. Load cells are on all 3 pedals, if I'm correct, which means that they're going to be measuring the force that you apply on that pedal rather than the distance they travel. So that, I think, rounds out the budget. So we've added some extras in here. So the extras, the £250 on a bucket seat and £100 on a monitor mount for the ultra wide monitor. Now, finally, if you're coming in at £6,000, what I'd recommend to you, go for the best rig you can afford. Now, what I've gone for is, where are we? The TR160. It's just a 160mm profile, aluminium profile rig. It's going to be really sturdy. You're going to have no movement whatsoever. This is something you can add a motion platform to, and it's not going to wobble. It's going to be rock solid. Now I've opted for the direct drive front plate. That's because of the wheelbase we're going to be using. I'll get onto that in a minute. And then also one of their bucket seats, which is £369. And yeah, this is a really smart rig. If you go through their website, you can see just how customizable it is. Really like how the pedal plate is able to move around and be customized to your liking. Now the rig's out of the way, the exciting bit, we're going for the Simucube 2 Pro, and the wheel is the GSI Hyper SL. So Simucube, probably undisputed the best company for force feedback in their bases. Them and Acertech provide some of the highest quality force feedback, and also the actual products themselves, super high quality. You almost never hear of anything going wrong. The Simucube 2 Pro is a 25 Newton meter base. It's going to be able to give you all of the torque you need, and it's going to cost you £1,200. Now with the Simucube, you can then mount on whatever wheel you like, as long as you use their quick release. And a lot of the top wheels like Asher, Cube Controls, GSI, they all plug in with the USB. They all connect through SimHub, and they're all amazing quality. Now my preference in particular is Gomez Sim Industries, is it? Yeah, GSI for sure. This is the wheel I'd go for. I don't like the screens. I don't think there's any point in having a screen, because then you have to customize it for every car you go into. It's too long. Go for the really nice Rev light, or the Rev LED bars, or whatever they're called. This wheel has all the functionality you're going to need. So many rotaries, all the dials, and amazing quality. These things are fantastic. Now this will set you back another £1,200. It's not necessary to go for this wheel, but we've got £6,000. So this is my preference if we're spending that much money. Now, in terms of screens, I recommend going for a triple screen set. So you want to first of all get a triple screen monitor stand. Now these are going to be quite expensive, because they need to hold up to maybe 50-inch monitors or 50-inch TVs, if that's your preference. Now in terms of monitors and TVs, I've left you a £1,500 budget. You can either go for, I think minimum size I'd go for is 32-inch monitors, but some people go for 50 inches TVs or 60-inch TVs. Just whatever you do, make sure they're at least 90 hertz refresh rate, so that way when you're playing and racing, you're going to have more frames delivered to you, so you can see and the screen gets refreshed more quickly, if that makes sense. The pedals, I've gone for the V&M racing pedals. So this is a 3 pedal set. This costs £630. Other people might suggest Husing belts. They are slightly more expensive, but arguably not any better. These to me just look a little bit better than the Husing belts do, and they're reviewed very highly. And again, fantastic set of pedals. I think that should cover out the £6,000. So what you're spending is £315 on the triple monitor stand, 1,200 to £1,500 on your monitors slash TVs. Your pedals are going to cost you £630. The wheel and wheelbase cost you £2,500 together, and then that rig will cost you about £1,100. And then what you're going to have there is the creme de la creme. Like, the only way you go up from there is adding motion. But at £6,000, you should be able to get the highest quality peripherals that you're ever going to need. And I think that's pretty much it. I've also added resale slash used prices. So if you're going to be buying equipment from people on Facebook, as long as it's in good nick, this is the sort of price that I'd be looking to spend, or maybe even sell that rig on for if I was reselling this product. So the £600 budget drops to about £320, and you can see the rest here: 700, 1,800, and £3,600 for the £6,000 rig. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or want specific reviews for any of the equipment that I'm using, that's fantastic. Drop it in the comments, and then yeah, I'll see you in the next video.